Welcome back, everyone, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. Today, I am joined with my co-host Chunk. Chunk, how you feeling on this All-Star Saturday?
Uh, it's just a great opportunity for a lot of people to come out and show off some talent, have some fun. So I know I will be playing later tonight. So I just feel like there's good vibes all around.
I'm glad, and this is going to be interesting. We're starting out with the East GMs versus the West GMs, and this is not the standard format that you are used to. We're putting these 4v4 GMs against one another in a drop shot rumble match, then into a snow day match, and then into a 4v4 match. Chunk, which one are you most excited to see?
Uh, Drop shot rumble. It's a combination of two different game modes, and I feel like there's just so much opportunities there.
A lot of opportunities
Mhm.
there will be. It's going to be interesting to cast, especially with all the power ups that are going to be on the pitch. So we're going to have to see how that one goes. But I'm most excited for Snow Day, mostly because the puck is so grounded most of the time. It's so heavy. It'll be interesting to see how players adapt to keeping the ball on the ground the whole time, or the puck on the ground, excuse me. Um, in this matchup, the West is currently winning 7-5 overall. So East is down 5-7. Chunk, who do you think is going to come out on top?
Tonight it will be a rough time for the East, in my opinion, because you do have the residential All Star who is in Titan from the Victory org, LK. So that will be a hard person to stop if you're on the Eastern All Stars.
Who do you think is going to stand out on the Eastern All Stars to try to match LK?
I expect Mealy to really step up. I know he played in the tournament we had yesterday. Shout out to the tournament, but he was playing really well, and I think that he needs to show that same level of play that he had yesterday, and he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Well, let's hope, because this is going to be an interesting matchup. Yeah, I think you said the West was going to take it, and I'll be contrarian. I think that the East is going to take it. They're the underdogs in today's matchup, underdogs in the series so far, in previous matchups, and the underdogs in the history of all of the matchups. I think some of the GMs are loading into the lobby, but I hope that the East is able to take over and win a couple. But like you said, going against LK, who's in Titan, that is going to be a tall task. What do you think the scoreline of this game number one is going to be?
This is the most. If it was normal Rumble, we'd be seeing like 15 goals here in game one. But it is drop shot Rumble, so I think it's gonna be different. I think it will be looking more like a 3-2, depending on what kind of techniques we'll see with these power ups coming out.
Which power up are you most excited to see the technique for? You've mentioned that a couple times so far. Which one has the highest skill ceiling that you're excited to see?
You've got the always OP ones. You've got your punches, you got your plunges. The underrated one I'm kind of thinking of though is power hitter, just kind of the like unexpected power you can really get on it, and I'm curious to see how they can read that ball and really stop a lot of damage on their side.
At least in this game number one in Drop Shot Rumble, I think the power ups will like even out the matchup a little bit. I think LK, maybe he's not as used to Rumble. Maybe he's a grinder, so that might I might be completely wrong. But maybe if he's not a drop shot Rumble grinder, that it'll just kind of even out just a little bit. And if that is the case, I think this could be a series. Now, I think that the Eastern ones are going to need to take the drop shot rumble match and the snow day match if there's going to be a chance of success, because in 4v4 bigger map, LK, regular rules, regular ball physics, regular no power ups, right? I think that will be when it's the most difficult for them, so they're really going to need to come out strong. And here we go into drop shot Rumble. We have the East in the blue side, and we have the West in the purple side. As Crota pops this one over and dunks out Street Soul. Elkeg with a great touch, but the power-ups are now in play. That 10-second waiting period is over, and the chaos can begin. Ball goes up onto the west side, but it is intercepted by Jarhead, who's in the Scarab, I believe. A couple of Skylines, a Dominus, and a Scarab coming out from the east half. And I think the west half might be all business. I see Dominus, I see Fennec, I see Octane. I don't see anything quite as fun as Jarhead has. But we'll see how this goes. Of course, as you know, drop shot the first few minutes of the game, unless I get proven wrong, the spike power up coming in to bite, and it does. Dr. Shadow driving this one all along the floor and dropping it into the west net.
Yeah, little known fact about Shadow, he is a GC in Rumble. He is familiar with his Rumble power-ups, but I kind of like the play there. It is hard to score with spikes and drop shot because you kind of get stuck to that ball, but he was just demolishing their entire side, so even if they didn't score, they had a big lead on damage.
Protecting the hole now in the east side. The east has a tall task ahead of them as power-ups come out. A couple grapples. The third grapple in a row comes out, but it is intercepted by LK. He's the guy that we need. A great big explosion comes out, and this one is starting to look like it's in favor of the West.
Yeah, just really, really good use of power-ups. I've seen a bunch of freezes come out. Just kind of make the ball unpredictable. I kind of underrated the grapple coming into it. It's a great power-up, especially getting the control of that ball. To have it be on your half and not damage your own half if you need to make a play.
Server Soul putting this one just over the hole that they opened in the east. Critter with a strong clear, but LK able to keep it up. I don't really know what this ball is called, but I'll call it the Ultra Ball because that sounds kind of cool. Dr. Shadow trying to get it onto the west side, but LK pops it over back into the east. Critter controlling this one, trying to get it over the hole. That's a dangerous position to put it in. Tornado comes out, messing up the rotations of the east. Bunch of people jumping, but it gets knocked down onto the midfield line, and Critter takes full advantage. Jar trying to go for the second spike goal for the East, trying to drive the ball around, drops it. Quick shot by Mealy, but it doesn't go down. This is crazy coming out from the East. They are dominating against a team that should be dominating them. LK, you need to come up huge here. He gets a quick bump onto the ball, but a great punch is used, knocking it back. Great bumps come out, and it goes into the net. Critter doubles up the score for the East.
Yeah, I think a crucial moment there on that possession was just getting that, I believe it is called ultra damage, when you do hit it with the max power you can have on the ball. Getting that ultra damage on their side so you don't give up big damage on your own. Having a 2-goal lead is also incredible in Rumble, or in drop shot Rumble, because you've got that you've got that little protection. They can't score really immediately off that second goal, so there is no kickoff goal.
A great freeze comes out, keeps this one scoreless for the Western side. This is crazy, not what I was expecting. Of course, I root for the underdog, but they're the underdog for the reason. And Critter with a phenomenal save, getting this ball to land on the purple side. A punch comes out, saving it away yet again, and Critter getting even more damage. Critter is doing absolutely beautifully in this match. He has, I think, a ridiculous amount of points, if I'm not mistaken, and he does. He has almost 1,000 points. He has 68 pieces of damage for his Eastern squad. He is doing a phenomenal job. No one on the Western side has even close to that amount of points. Great save out from Dr. Shadow. Mealy up on the ceiling, trying to get this one around, but Sandsbar able to intercept. Jarhead with a great plunger, getting even more damage onto the Western side. It's starting to look very grim for this Western team, the team that has dominated in this matchup historically. But a great spikes comes out from Critter. Critter trying to do it himself, dragging his head onto the ground, and he gets another goal. Now well over 1,000 points for him.
Yeah, I think what happened here was Critter got it on the ground and he ran into somebody, so the spikes deactivated. And it's pretty much an own goal, but that is an incredibly smart play by Critter, who he's got to be pretty good at Rumble with, or at least at the knowledge of these Rumble power-ups, how he is playing here.
A beautiful shot coming out. This hole on the side of the East has continued to grow in size as Jarhead almost owned goals, but now there's two. Almost half of the pitch has been opened, and Sandsbar whips a wide open floor, but it doesn't matter. It goes into the net regardless. Now only 2 goals left, but a whole lot of floor to break.
Yeah, it's looking very bleak if you're this Western All-Stars team. Critter nearly had a great save with the spikes there, but couldn't get there in time. But it was looking rough for East to keep that goal out, the last one. Just the amount of damage they had on their side was almost impossible. Anywhere the ball went could have gone into the net. But Western needs to find something quick here.
Quick is unfortunately not the name of the game for drop shot. You have to at least hit the floor once to get it to glow, and then hit it again to get it to open. And only then can you get the ball to fall into the hole that you created. It's possible, but it's really rare. And now the rest of this game is just a formality. Eastern GMs take game number 1, drop shot rumble.
Yeah, I think it was a really good Critter and Dr.
Oh
Shadow.
my lord!
Critter and Dr. Shadow showing. Critter dropping over 1,000 in a 4v4 format is insane. It was drop shot, but still 1,000 is crazy.
Almost 1,300 points, 2,000 points between Critter and Dr. Shadow. It's not even close. I think they had more points than the entire other team. The Western GMs almost didn't have as many points as Critter alone. He dominated in this drop shot rumble matchup, but now is when it starts to get scary for the Eastern GMs. We have a Blizzard Wizard on the side of Dr. Shadow. So that could be important in this Snow Day matchup, but it is Snow Day. We have those hockey goals. The ball isn't going to be in the air as often. And when it is, you're going to have to capitalize if you're LK on the Western squad. It's going to be interesting how this goes. Grounded approach might come in favor for the Eastern GMs, but I think whoever wins this one will end up winning the whole thing. I know that the Eastern team is already up by 1, so it's like, duh, Caster, come on. But hear me out. If the Western team wins this, we go into 4v4, where standard rules apply yet again. And that is dangerous, especially on the side of LK. It'll be interesting to see if Western team does come out with this one, if they're able to clutch up. But we'll have to see. Right now, we're seeing it go back and forth. On the ground we go. Rare ball in the air. LK immediately dives at it, but a 50 comes out, and it goes hovering right toward the Western net, but it bounces harmlessly off the top of the net and behind it. LK taking his time, but gets bumped for it into the air, looking over for Street Soul, but the puck ever difficult to hit because it's so flat. Speed Demon trying to take this one off the ceiling. Oh my lord, trying to get a play, but it doesn't work out. It gets skimmed back into the top of him, trying to pass it maybe over the top of the net. Double commit comes out, triple commit comes out. The rare quadruple commit is the only one that is left to be seen, and it's great that we're in 4s, but it could happen. LK taking his time behind the Eastern net now. Critter dropping this one in front. This could be big, but a mistouch comes out, and we remain scoreless a minute and a half into Snow Day.
Yeah, great great factors coming into this game. I was kind of curious to see what map we were going to play on. We are on Throwback Stadium, so it is kind of a little bit different than most of the Snow Day matches I've played in particular. You've got to really account for that back area you can use. You can slot it over the net and make great opportunities. And I think whoever scores this first goal will probably win the game, with the combined factor that it is Throwback Stadium and it is Snow Day, both being low-scoring maps in game modes.
It will be interesting. I love this skill ceiling that the back and open area behind this net provides. You have to be accurate with your shot. You can't just slam it around on those sidewalls. You might try to take it off the ceiling as Street Soul does, but it doesn't work out for him. Immediately getting away of his teammate. LK now off the ceiling. That's the man with a plan. That's the dangerous one. But Dr. Shadow with a great here. Charhead trying to get a quick shot, but a great save comes out by Street Soul. Speed Demon taking his time up on the wall, trying to get it past one, but he gets ping-ponged around, and now directly in front of the Western net. LK low boost, trying to missed the boost pad, but he's still able to get this one to pop over. Speed Demon trying to get this one to go in, but it does block away his teammate's shot. Street Soul trying to fake him out. Speed Demon getting a demo for it. The pressure is on from the Eastern squad. Street Soul popping this one over the net, but Melee able to clear this one away. Speed Demon trying to just keep it in the Eastern half and does. Gets a demo for it. Jarhead no longer on the pitch. Miss comes out, but Critter does well to land on it and get a demo onto LK. This could be huge for the Eastern squad, Chunk.
I've seen a lot of demos coming out. I feel like demos are probably one of the best ways, especially in a 4v4 snow day situation, to really open up the field, to give you an opportunity, kind of a power play, if you will, in hockey terms, to really set up the scoring. Because if we don't see a opportunity going here, this could be a very long game.
I'm looking for a 19-minute OT. I think that could be huge for the Nemesis Gaming League, holding one of the records for Rocket League history competitive games. Neely now taking this one, gets a strong pinch off of LK and looks to follow, but Speed Demon now up on the wall, beats out one. Street Soul looking for the touch, gets it, but it gets saved away by Jarhead. That is a phenomenal save coming out from him. Puck spinning in the air all which ways, and he's still able to touch it even on that skinny side. 60 seconds remaining in this game. The Western squad has all the pressure. They seem to love this strategy of going behind the net and pushing it back over to the front, but the Eastern squad is starting to get wise to it. Speed Demon trying to take this one off the ceiling, trying to drop it down, but Dr. Shadow has it read. Street Soul gonna do the same thing. Rinse and repeat for this Western squad as Dr. Shadow elects to go get boost instead. Nothing super threatening coming out from this Western squad. Nice 50 comes out, 2 players 50 each other from each team, so that was a 4-way 50-50. 25-25, if you will. 25-25, 25-25. Now Jarhead off the ceiling. LK to intercept, and Dr. Shadow gets a pinch off of his own teammate. Critter trying to get it in, but no beans for him, and he can't complete the play. Dr. Shadow is there. Melee off the ceiling gets a great 50. Now Jarhead intercepts, trying to put the pressure on the Western team. The last 2 seconds, and if this puck goes down, we will have overtime. Chunk.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen any interactions with the puck. I was playing Snow Day, I believe, yesterday, and I was just surprised at the amount of pinches you can get with this puck and the speed it can go on. I feel like if either team can get something like that, you can really throw off the other team, as they will have a great opportunity here, but
Whoa!
they will not capitalize.
Western team takes a goal away from itself. That would have gotten them back into this series against the Eastern squad. But round and round the nets we go. Street Soul with an awkward touch, but Sandsbar does well to keep it behind his own net. Sandsbar tries to flick this one, but Dr. Shadow has it read, trying to take one out of the Western team's book and take it behind the net. He does so, and Critter is waiting on the wall. Misses from LK. LK gets a quick shot. Great pass, but it's knocked away by Dr. Shadow. Dr. Shadow and Jarhead both go for it. This could be it. This is the game. And Sandsbar with the goal. Titanium white nuke on the field and a nuke to the hearts of the Eastern GMs.
Yeah, there's a little bit of confusion. We had 3 people in the same area, no one home at net, and Sandsbar, great control of the puck to set them up into this game 3, which is our game 7 here for the GMs.
I feel like it was deserved. Look at Sandsbar this game, absolutely dominating on the Western front. He had a phenomenal game, and the Western team had all of the pressure in it. It seems like the Eastern team couldn't get out of their own half, and that is a testament to how well this Western team is starting to play with one another. Like you said, we are diving into a regular 4v4 to end off this best of 3 between the GMs. And I think this is where LK in particular comes out to shine. I think he can enable his teammates because he's a Titan level player. But the Eastern GMs are no slouches. You can see a couple of red tags on the other side of the pitch. There are a couple of GCs, right? So it's going to be a tough matchup regardless. In fours, it is normally a low scoring affair, but we will have to see which GM squad comes out on top. Chunk, who are you most excited to see?
What I didn't mention earlier, LK may be a Titan on the western side, but the Eastern kind of got their own Titan He is not playing this season, but Jarhead, a Titan League player, he will bring this competition. And I know Critter, Shadow, and Melee, they've got a lot of chem, so I'd like to see if the teamwork in this game mode in specific could really open the doors for some cool plays here.
I'm hoping for, you've heard of the 1-2-3 passing play. I'm hoping for a 1-2-3-4 passing play. Not entirely sure that we're going to get that, but my hopes still are remaining. As we get into this game, 15 seconds in, the Eastern team already has a lot of pressure. Jarhead beating out one. Melee looking for a teammate mid, but no one is there to follow up. Sandsbar taking this one off of Street, so Critter takes it up to the wall. Great 50 out, but Dr. Shadow has it read and immediately puts pressure on the Western squad again. LK, that's the guy you got to watch out for. Gets dunked out by Melee. This was open, but no one was there to follow up for it. Critter with a quick shot. Bar down and in. Are you kidding me, Critter?
We've got really early pressure here, and they just couldn't alleviate it. Critter to a net. Great beat on LK, and Street Soul is stunned at a bar down and in.
Bar down off the ground, up to the bar, down again. It felt like an eternity for that Western player watching the ball helplessly as it goes into the back of his net. And I'm wrong immediately, Chunk, and I'm happy to admit that the Eastern squad is showing great chemistry on this 4v4 pitch, but LK is the guy you got to look out for. He sees your mistake, tries to capitalize on it, whips come out. What is going on? Sandsbar trying to take over and does, puts one into the top right and drops another nuke on this Eastern team.
Yeah, Sandsbar getting active here tonight. All four really on defensive positions. All four didn't really know where Sands was taking it, and a great opportunity there by Sands to equal up our scoring here.
Only a minute and 10 seconds into this match, and we are tied at ones. High-scoring affair, 4 of 4's game as Melee gets a great 50 in the Eastern half, trying to push this towards the side of the West. Could have been an open net, but not enough power on that one. Dr. Shadow keeping this one in. Great clear coming out from Street Soul. Street Devil trying to run some interference. Jarhead with a great 50 in the midfield. Sands up in the air again. He's been so dominant for this team and gets another goal, but make no mistake, the two in front of the ball made that goal happen. Thank you, Street Soul.
Yeah, really good bump. Really good, really just pressure on their side, being a nuisance in their half. And really, one person back is not going to cut it in fours when you've got so many different variables that can happen in a great bump by, I don't know who it was, but it was a great play by the team nonetheless.
Now the Western team has doubled up their goals and got the lead, but not if Melee has anything to say with it. Good Lord, Melee. The shot so powerful it made me stumble over my words. 69 miles an hour into the back of the net, tying up the game 2 minutes in.
Yeah, great power, great high-scoring affair, and great plays by both of these teams. The pressure has really been more than what you normally see in a fours match, which is no surprise with the amount of variability we have in different players as GMs, which is very cool. But nonetheless, you gotta expect some defense to step up here. You got 4 players that can all make plays. I would like to see which team can tighten their rotations to win this game.
Sandbar is the guy that you're going to have to look for if you're on the Western side. He has both goals for his team, credited for both, but helped out by his team for them. I think if the West decides to enable him, they could come away with this game win and this series win as LK tries to go for one off the ceiling, but Jarhead has it read. Clears this one downfield, but Dr. Shadow with a great beat back. Now we're in the Western half. The pressure starting to build. Passing play 1-2-3, but a great bump to interfere. Sandsbar whips on the open net. That could have been it for the West team.
Yeah, they'll have plenty more opportunities, though. They have had great pressure. We've still seen little lapses of both defenses, but Sands will definitely get another look like that. You can't beat yourself too hard, especially it being an all-star game.
Melee with a great dunk. Critter up for it early. Looking for the shot is Jarhead, but is beat out by LK. LK fakes out, gets faked out by Jarhead, excuse me, and he takes it into the corner. Trying to make a play happen, looking for a teammate, gets it by one, trying to get it by two, but it gets faked out into the western corner yet again. Speed Demon with a speedy counterattack, but it is cut away by Dr. Shadow. LK whiffs on that one. Quitter with the shot and the goal. The Eastern team has crawled back into this game.
Yeah, it looked like the whole team was not there. LK, they had a lot of faith in him getting that hit, and just a great 1-2 punch to get back in this game, set themselves up to really upset the upset who probably thought we're the favorites in the West here. And I think they will do it if they have played like they have. They just need to minimize mistakes they have on defense.
This ball getting cleared away awkwardly, but Critter up to Mealy. Mealy with a quick shot on target, but it is saved away by Speed Demon. Jarhead into the corner. Dr. Shadow with the follow-up and off the post! Missed opportunities coming out from both teams, and this game remains there by one. LK with a quick shot. Awkward, but Mealy able to save this one out and away. Critter to the corner where Mealy is waiting yet again. Fakes out, quick shot, and in! Sandsbar getting a hat trick. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, throw your hats onto the court.
The Sandsbar legacy game going on right now. We've got incredible plays by him, incredible awkwardness on defense, and what a great game to end off the GM Showdown here. Either team could win this from what we have seen.
Either team indeed, as a fake comes out, but a great save from Dr. Shadow bailing out his team yet again. Jarhead putting this one out and away, looking for a teammate, but Street Soul has that one red. Dr. Shadow getting that boost on the sidewall. Now full tank, looking for another one, trying to dunk out Sandsbar. Jarhead trying to beat out his own teammate and does not the plays you want to see. 1 second left, the ball's up, but it goes down, and we have overtime in the final game of the GM Showdown.
Yeah, it's been a very equal match here tonight for the GMs. We've
See
seen
it?
a little domination, a little bit of more equal games here in Snow Day and 4v4, but you've got to look for a quick attack.
Critter with the pop up into the air. Speed Demon trying to make something happen with it, but a lot of whiffy 50s coming out on the ball as Sandsbar misses again. Jarhead on the open net, and just like that, the Eastern team takes it in game number 3.
What a great performance from both of these teams. Really great games all around here, Colson, and I don't think it could have been any more closer than this here.
Yeah, absolutely nail-biting action coming out from these GMs. The Eastern GMs now move to 6-7. Oop, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
say that one. And the
Uh-oh.
Western team goes out to 7-6. Great effort coming out from both of these teams, but the East take it. Fantastic games. My personal favorite was watching the drop shot rumble match. 1,300 points. Are you kidding me? That is a crazy display of hunger and want to win coming out from the Eastern team. A beautiful series.
Yeah, great showing by everyone here. Especially, I'd like to say Sands and Critter were probably the most impactful for both their teams here, and that is what you want to see if you want to if you are a player going to a GM's org. You want to see a player who knows how to step up, a player who knows how to really win, get bragging rights, make plays. That's what you want in someone to lead your team.
Absolutely, it is. I think Sandsbar has a lot to be proud of, carrying his team, willing his team to even make it to overtime in that game. He played phenomenally, and it was a beautiful match between the East and West. I think we're going to send it to a quick break where we will be back with our first player-oriented all-star match. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.